What is good, you guys? We are back with another video, and today with the Zion Williamson news coming out and him being a little upset with the franchise of New Orleans Pelicans, I wanted to talk about a very interesting topic. Young players aren't going for that mediocrity stuff no more, man. They aren't waiting 6-7 years. They're going to get their grievances out now with social media and things like that. And all these guys looking for stories, it can get out very, very quick into their careers that they don't want to be in the place that they got drafted anymore. And along with this Luka Doncic thing that's happened, and me being a Mavs fan, I really just wanted to talk about why it's not the worst thing in the world for these guys not to want to be in mediocrity for their whole entire careers. So if you like this video, if you like this type of content, go ahead and like and sub on the video if you haven't already. Let's get right into it. Alright, man, first off, let's start with the newest bit of news on this, and that's Zion Williamson. Now, Zion Williamson has been in the NBA for 2 years and really played one full season in a condensed COVID year with his second coach, and and if he stays with the Pelicans next year, that'll be 3 coaches in 3 years. So you can see how he can be a little bit upset with that. He says his family is upset with how the team has been built around him, things like that. He's not very happy with all those type of things. But what people would say that is on the other side of this is you've been the star for 1 year. You haven't even given it 2 seasons. And do I agree that it may be a little bit too early? Yes. But what people have taught me throughout my life is that it's better to be early than it is to be late. And when people like Kevin Garnett and other players like that, sometimes you're just too late. And one of Kevin Garnett's big regrets in his career is staying with the Timberwolves as long as he did, not going and leaving for a contender earlier. And when you see stories like that, and you just see how the Pelicans for the previous decade could never really build around Anthony Davis, I think you're gonna look at all that, look at everybody that's come before you, and be like, maybe the New Orleans Pelicans that's never won anything in their franchise history, maybe it's not the best idea if I want to win to be there for a long time. So that I agree with, that it may be a little bit too early. When you put all that together, you can understand why his first year being a star and carrying this team on his back, along with Brandon Ingram for some time and Lonzo helping them out a little bit, it could be frustrating. I mean, the spacing that man had this season with Steven Adams getting mad minutes, Jackson Hayes getting mad minutes, James Johnson getting a lot of time, him never really being that center, that center, and being the worst shooter on the floor. Like, with a guy like him, you need to build a team like him, like a Giannis team. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna get a big, get a Brook Lopez big. Although even bigs like Brook Lopez that are slow are dying out of the league, but you definitely can't have a Steven Adams that can the farthest shot that he can hit is basically a floater from a little bit inside the free throw line. When you have a slashing forward that loves to get to the bucket every single play like Zion, you just can't have that. Shout out to Lonzo, like I said, for becoming like a 3-and-D guard. Brandon Ingram doing his thing, but the spacing that man had was horrid this season. You remember when bro had that long speech about, he was salivating over the Madison Square Garden. He was like, man, it's the best place ever, bro. Like, I played one time in college and now this is my first time in the NBA. Besides New Orleans, Madison Square Garden is the best place I've played at. And people, obviously Knicks fans, ran with that, and a lot of NBA Twitter was like, chill out, he's just talking about the arena, he's gonna be in New Orleans for a little while. And now with this news coming out, those people that overreacted look smarter. You know what I'm saying? Because I was one of those people who's like, don't overreact, second year, But you gotta get out of that mindset. If you're a star like Zion Williamson in your second year, you can do your best to force your way out. Maybe not that year, but most definitely the next one. And it's going to make it harder on these GMs. These GMs can't do this LeBron thing no more and just put trash players around them and expect LeBron to just stay there forever. Kevin Garnett type situations. That's not happening no more. And I think that may be the reason why I'm about to get into this next situation, why they fired Donnie Nelson. Although that may have upset Luka, I think it's the best move to make in the long run. But yeah, you can't do that no more, man. Zion wants to get out. Alonzo Ball has shown interest in going to New York, and his love of New York that he was talking about in that interview. Maybe you team up with RJ Barrett. They talked about teaming up. That's another thing I read on Twitter, that they've talked a lot about teaming up in the NBA. So that's not the far out of the realm of possibility. But I have no idea how they would get Zion. Like, they don't have any pieces, so I'm not sure how they get Zion. But all I'm saying is, these GMs, these front offices have to look out, and they have to do their job quicker. You can't wait around no more, or your opportunity of having a generational type player in Luka, Zion, Kevin Garnett, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, all these people in all these situations will run out sooner than later. Now let's get into the newest findings in this Luka Doncic situation, because I wanted to talk about this as well. And although I don't think Luka is as upset as Zion may be, because they're talking about family members being upset and other things like that, I just think Luka just may be a little frustrated with the organization and the stuff that they put around him. And I think people on Twitter are dragging how upset he is about Donnie Nelson being fired. I think he's just a little saddened because that's the dude that drafted him. I don't think that's like, oh my, bro, you fired Donnie Nelson? Because if it was that, they wouldn't have done that. Mark Cuban, although is not the smartest owner, he's a very entertaining, very passionate. He's not the most smart owner, but he's not dumb. He's not a dumb owner. I don't think so. So if Luka was like, no, you better not fire Donnie Nelson. Like, if you fire Donnie Nelson, like, I don't think it was that. I really don't. But if it was, we gotta talk about some stuff, man. We gotta talk about Mark Cuban for real. If that is the case, but I'm not really sure it is. But this next season, we can't have Dwayne Finney-Smith playing 40 minutes. We can't have Cleveland playing 40 minutes. We need to make more changes to make this team better, so Luka doesn't get that mad and doesn't want to leave. Because if he leaves, we're a lottery team again. It's back to square one. Literally, it's back to square one. So that can't happen, bro. It can't happen. So we got to do anything to make Luka happy, and that's just getting better players, winning. Hopefully we get Michael Finley in there to really run stuff, because he's a former player and will probably connect with Luka on a better level. So hopefully all that happens, man. And I think we'll be in a better situation if it does. Alright, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. One thing that I think y'all learned about me in this video is that I'm very, very pro player, and like 95% of this stuff, I'm really on side with the players, because those are the guys going out there playing, putting their bodies on the line, doing all that stuff. So I'm going to be pro player most of the time. And I guess that's something y'all learned about me today, man. So if you like this type of content, go ahead and sub to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time.